Hi there, welcome once again to the Dukascopy TV studio. I'm Ben Jones. Back alongside me for the final part of his three-part interview is Spencer Lodge from Fund Advisors. Spencer, once again, thank you very much for joining us.
Good afternoon, Ben.
Now, your company focus on taking quite a holistic approach to financial planning. So when it comes to succession planning, who needs to take this approach?
I think when you look at wills and estate planning, the first thing you have to understand is who has something to leave. So if somebody has something to leave to somebody else, then they need to have a will. And so a good example is a husband and wife that have kids. That would be a great example. But my advice is that everybody and anybody that has any money, of any assets of any sort, that they do have a will in place.
Okay, now for people who have a will, are there certain guidelines of how often it needs to be reviewed?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, traditionally we should always review our wills once every couple of years, once 1 or 2 years, but we always have to think about other incidences that may happen that affect what might happen with the will. So if somebody dies, if there's a baby born, if there's a divorce, if there's a marriage, any incident that may happen with the family that could change that situation, is a good time always then to go back and review that will and make sure the will is correct for the needs that it has. So reviewing it every 2 years at least is sensible, but think about those other things too.
So what is temporary guardianship and how does it work in conjunction with an individual's will?
Temporary guardianship is something that's applicable to us in the Middle East. So where I'm based in Dubai, we have certain Sharia laws that apply to people when they die based upon their residency in the UAE. And so temporary guardianship is essentially a document that the government allow everybody to complete to dictate what happens should I die, for example, to my children, to make sure that my wife has custody of the kids.
So do guardian documents need to be drawn up by legal professionals?
Yeah, guardianship documentation has to be done professionally. We provide that facility and service for our clients, and in fact it will probably cost you around $150, $200 to get that type of work done. We do that for all of our clients that get their will sorted out free of charge, so it's included in the offer that we make for our clients. But no, you absolutely have to do it, and you need a professional to do it and to make sure that it's done properly, because if not, again, doing something that you don't know exactly what to do and how to do will leave you exposed potentially, and why would you need that?
Okay, now you mentioned the fees for this kind of advice, but what's the timescale? How long would this take?
It would take, depending on you, maybe 1 or 2 weeks maximum to get it sorted out. It's a form that needs to be completed, it's questions that need to be asked, information that needs to be gathered, and once that's done, then there's attestation that needs to take place, various hoops you need to jump through, but we take care of that for our clients and it's done quite easily. But it's absolutely essential. I can't stress, Ben, how important it is that people have guardianship documentation in place in the United Arab Emirates where they are, if they're subject to Sharia law for any of their assets. I've been in the Middle East now for some 10 years, and it's very frustrating to see that so many people bury their head in the sand and they don't deal with this very, very important issue, yet they have kids, they have loved ones, and they have assets, and yeah, important, I think.
Fantastic. Spencer, once again, thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And thank you for watching. Do make sure you keep clicking back to Dukascopy TV as we bring you plenty more updates and exclusive interviews. Bye for now.